How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. As per usual, I'm very excited to talk about this one because it is something I know a decent amount about and it is something I do every day, and that is meditate. Today's video is about why meditation is so crucial and why everybody should be doing it, whether you're on self-improvement or maybe you're not even on that just self-improvement scheme and you're just someone who wants to better their life. By the way, if you're on self-improvement and you're not meditating, what the fuck are you doing? But anyways, let's get straight into the video. So there's one main thing that meditation improves, and that is your mindfulness. Mindfulness is basically the art or practice of staying in the present moment, and that is pretty much it. Now, why do you want to increase this? Why do you want to practice your mindfulness? Because there are a lot of little benefits that come along with it. And number one, it makes you more calm. I'm gonna give an example from a long time ago. Not that long. So I don't know if a lot of you remember my last video. I talked about how I got a lot of people in my school to hate me, particularly my close friends, because I was not in that stoic mindset and I was not very calm. Then over summer I made some new friends and they realized, they were like, dude, why are you so like agitated and like hype? I wouldn't say hyper, but like just hyped up all the time, riled up. And let's be honest, would you rather be friends with someone who is always like kind of crazy and all over the fucking place, or someone who is more low-key and knows what they're doing? I think we know which one it is. And that's one of the first things I started when I went really deep into self-improvement in December 2023. I wouldn't even say December, I'd say September, right when last school year started. That's the first thing I changed, was how calm I was. So I really focused on stoicism and meditating. So yeah, it makes you more calm, it makes you more respected. Now another thing that increasing your mindfulness does for you is making you more present. This is the main thing. So when you are more present, I'm just going to talk about something little. When you are more present, you are less stressed and less depressed. Now, why is that? Because since you are living in the present, you are focused on what is happening now. You are not worrying about what has happened in the past. You're not worrying about what's happening in the future. There's a saying, if you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you're stressed and anxious, you are living in the future. I'll give an example real quick. So in chemistry class, it literally happens to me every day, even though I try not to do this. In chemistry class, I'm not really in the present. I'd say about 60% of the time I am, but the other 40%, I'm worrying about how I'm gonna deal with this workload and when I'm gonna do it at home, how I'm gonna do it, how I'm gonna structure that. And it just becomes a mess where I'm just stressed as hell in chemistry. And that I'm pretty much focusing on the future. I'm not living in the present, what is happening right now. So when you're more present, you're more happy. And it's not only me who has experienced this, it is a ton of other people. If you look at other people who are happy and used to not be happy, they were like went through depression and stuff, or felt depressed at least, you will see that all the main thing that you changed was living in the present and worrying about what is happening now. One example of that is when I was in a pretty rough spot of my life in 2022. The one thing I worried about, the one thing I focused on was hanging out with my friends right then and there. I was not focusing on the past. I was worrying about what is happening now. I was hanging out with my friends. I was going to the gym. I was going swimming with them. I was going out on adventures with them. I was doing all this shit, living in the present, not in the future, not in the past. Not thinking about what I could have done better in the past. Yeah, it's good to reflect, but not worrying about it too much to the point where it overloads my brain, and not worrying about the future, what I'm going to do without it. So yeah, that is what happens when you live in the present. Another thing is that when you live in the present, you're obviously, as I said before, you're reducing stress and anxiety, which lowers your cortisol levels, which in result boosts your testosterone. Your cortisol levels are basically your stress hormones, and the higher it is, the lower your test is, vice versa. Now, another thing that meditation does is make you more alert and focused. So something I usually do when I know I have something really important, like a test or like a big test, like on chemistry, or something I know that I have to do during the day where I have to stay really attentive and focused, I usually do an extra 15 minutes of meditation. Usually I do 10 minutes when it's just a normal day to get me ready for the day. But then if I once again have something really important where I have to stay attentive to, I'll usually do 20 to 25 minutes. Now why? It's because it makes you more alert and focused once again, but it also makes you your mind more sharp. And this happens because it's basically, meditation is almost like, it just basically sets you up during the day. It's a good thing to do during the nighttime if it's something that you want to do to wind down for the night, or if you're trying to get the benefits like, you know, calmness, more calm, staying more in the present, you know, more present, you're more focused. That's something you want to do during the day, because that's what happens to your body when you do it in the morning. It basically just happens throughout the day. So when you do meditation in the morning, you are more alert or focused for a good part of the day. And now, one more little add-on I want to say is it increases your mental health. This one is pretty obvious if you've been listening to what I've been saying in the previous couple little topics I've been talking about in this video, but it increases your mental health because once again you're living more in the present and less on the past or the future. And that is pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this video. Meditation is a very simple thing. People overcomplicate it a lot, and honestly, you don't need a ton of reasons to why you should do it. These should be the main ones. You are more calm, you are more present, and it reduces your stress levels, and it makes you more alert and focused. Those should be the only reasons why you should be doing it. You don't need a bazillion reasons to why you should meditate, because those 4 reasons should be the only ones. And you could achieve this by just doing 10 to 15 minutes per day, maybe even 5. But anyways guys, that is pretty much it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace bros.